Howdy, I'm Shannon, and I'm gonna make the case that you can change your life with a side hustle. Welcome back, I'm Shannon, and this is the Wanderluster, where together we explore topics that will help spark your sense of adventure so you can live an amazing life on your own terms. Today we're going to be talking about the life-changing magic of having a side hustle, because I firmly believe in having one. I think that everybody, regardless of the season of life they're in, with a few exceptions, should be having a side hustle, because no matter how amazing your day job is, either A, it doesn't pay quite enough, or B, it's not really fulfilling your passions in a way that is helping you move to the next level, to fulfill you, to reward you, and to get you excited about your life. So I'm gonna be talking today about why I think everyone should have a side hustle and how it's made a difference for me in my life. So what is a side hustle? A side hustle is anything you do outside of the scope of your day job that brings in an income. And it can be as simple as driving for Uber and Lyft. It could be doing Airbnb, which is something I do, or it could be something a little bit more complex, like starting your own freelance editing business, photography, coding, and it could be just about anything. And what I absolutely love about a side hustle is that if you need extra income and you just need something to pad your hours outside of work, you could do something that's, relatively mindless, like, driving Uber or running for Postmates or, I don't know, handyman work for people in your neighborhood. Or it could be something that helps you develop your passion to the next level. So if you've been an amateur photographer or videographer for some time and you would actually like to get paid to have a hobby, that's probably my favorite thing about having a side hustle. My other favorite thing about having a side hustle and why I think everybody should do it is that, number one, it's good to have extra income, but number dos, it's always good to pad your resume with new skills. And that's why I think that if you can pick up a side hustle that you care about, while I love anything that's, like a second job, like working at Starbucks, I would say that if you can develop a skill into a passion that you get paid for, that's pretty darn cool. So anything like coding, editing, taking photos, writing articles on the internet as a freelance writer, working as a virtual assistant for bloggers that are blowing up, I think all of these are really good skills to have, and they help you develop yourself professionally without having to go to school to do it. So I absolutely love side hustles. I cannot speak highly of them enough. So why are side hustles life-changing and why are they magical? Well, I would say you will not believe who you can become in a year by just investing an hour a day before work or after work, or simply giving up one weekend day every week in order to pick up a new skill or monetize what you know how to do, or just earn extra income for yourself. As I've talked about in other videos, you are able to buy your freedom back with cash. And whether that's paying off your student loans, paying down your mortgage, or simply saving up for those trips you told yourself you could never afford, what would you do with that extra cash in your life? But also, those skills are really important to have on your resume. I know sometimes it's really hard to think of a way to carve an hour out of your life, but just like going to the gym for an hour, if you do that every week, you can really make huge headway in becoming the healthy person you want to be. I would say the same thing applies to having a side hustle. If you can carve out 45 minutes to an hour before work, which sometimes, unfortunately, like for me, means that I get up at 5 or 6 in the morning, which I hate doing. Picking up skills as an accountant or a freelance photographer means that you need to hit the books early to read up on articles, to learn skills, to network with other people, to answer your emails, to do research on what you should charge. It is an investment to pick up a side hustle, but it can be done in just an hour a day if you can spare that by getting up a little bit earlier or staying up a little bit later. And I will say in the beginning, it is a lot more work, but eventually you do get to kind of a groove with it. You would be surprised at how much your life can change if you just invest an hour a day or a few hours over the course of a weekend to growing a side hustle. You never know where it could lead. I've seen my side hustles turn into a full-time career and also just passions I've been paid to explore, which is pretty darn cool. And I've seen a lot of my friends be able to pay off their student loans, pay down their mortgage, or save up for things that really matter to their family that they wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Another thing that I love about side hustles, and I think it could be magical for you as well, is that it brings really cool people into your life. When I started doing Airbnb about 2 years ago, I have met the most amazing people that have come into my home, and I've shared my my home with. I've had people that are going back to school, people that are here for surgeries. I've had people that have given up everything so they could travel the world and decided to spend a month or so in Texas. Like, it has really changed my life. But from some of the other side hustles I've had over the years, whether it's running a blog for income, which was exciting and I was able to do that, freelance writing or freelance photography, I find that I've started to surround myself with smart people, passionate people, people that want to share their knowledge and that are driven and motivated and challenge me and what I tell myself is possible. So if you're thinking of starting a side hustle, start surrounding yourself with people who have the same vision as you and have the skills you want to have. Now, the best way to do this, and I've absolutely done it, is joining Facebook groups. It's absolutely free, and you'd be surprised at how informative and enriching it is to network with other people. Even if you live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, you can surround yourself with people who share your passions for website coding or freelance editing, or people who are working on Fiverr. Like, you will find hustlers from all over the world, no matter where you live. And if you have a problem, you would be able to find smart people on Facebook that are willing to give advice for free that will help you get to where you need to go. I have been so inspired by some of the bloggers that I've met along the way. I started blogging in 2011, and of course I wanted to bring in a little extra income when I did it. I now am so fortunate to say that over the course of several years, I've become really close friends with some of the bloggers that are out there, and the relationships I have with them have absolutely enriched my life. When I've been through hard times, I've gotten physical cards from them. They've come to stay with me. Like, the people I've met online have really changed my life, and it really started a few years ago when I wanted to start a blog to bring in some extra side hustle income. And I would say for you, it may seem as simple as, like, I don't know, getting on Airbnb and becoming a host, or doing Uber or Lyft, but you'd be surprised at the enriching relationships that will be brought into your life simply by having a side hustle outside of your day job. Another magical thing about having a side hustle is that you will get through a rough and frustrating patch of your life, but you will be better and stronger for it. Of course, it's really easy to focus on the cash when you talk about side hustling and freelancing on the side, but really learning a new skill is something that so many of us stop doing after we leave college. If you look around you, how many of us stopped reading books when we graduated? How many of us stopped taking online courses or learning new things, networking with other people? Like, many of us start to lose that hustle and drive at certain patches of our life. We just think that maybe we've gotten comfortable where we're at, maybe we're more enticed by online shopping, but like, having a side hustle gives you a spark. It gives you drive, and it transforms who you are as a person, because now you have a goal that you're tracking against, and you push yourself to better yourself, learn more things, stay accountable, and improve your life in many areas, not just in your bottom line. I will say that starting a side hustle in the beginning means a lot of startup work. It is a lot of elbow grease and a lot of frustration. To share a personal story, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a really long time, and I am not really that good at it. I mean, I set up this lighting kit today, and I'm really frustrated that like the lighting looked really good when I started. It took me like 45 minutes to get this whole camera thing set up and like script about what I wanted to talk about, but I know it's making me a better video maker, I wouldn't even say like a filmographer. That's definitely not what I am, but it's challenging me in new ways, and I've had to spend a lot of time learning how to like even get a camera to look pretty decent, how to set up a shot. Like, I have to you know, set aside time in my day when the lighting is right. And, you know, sometimes I have to wake up early at like 5 in the morning to plot out like what I'm gonna do for these YouTube videos instead of just sleeping in on my Saturday. But I would say that there's a lot of friction, but I've grown so much. The final reason that I think having a side hustle is absolutely magical and life-changing is that even though it can be absolutely rough and frustrating and time-consuming in the beginning, you would be amazed at how much progress you make over the course of a few months and how much extra money you can bring in. So I know that sometimes it's not really appealing to sell people on the idea of waking up earlier or staying up later or giving up your Saturdays, but the fact of the matter is that it's a lot of work up front, but eventually it becomes second nature. So many of us give up on learning and trying and pushing ourselves after we leave high school or college. Think of how many people you went to school with that probably haven't even picked up a book since then. But having a side hustle means that you put yourself in the way of learning new things and challenging yourself, and you don't simply just rest on your laurels any longer. I think it's a transformative experience because you simply don't just take the status quo for granted any longer, and you question everything and figure out how you can optimize your life for for challenges. Having a side hustle doesn't have to be a forever thing. It could be just something you have just for a few months to help you pay for a new roof or to help you take a trip you told yourself you couldn't afford. Maybe it's to pay down your loans. A side hustle doesn't have to be forever, but it can help pad your resume, challenge you personally, light a fire under your butt, and quite frankly, it can inspire others. Some of the side hustles I've had over the years have really helped me get to the next level. For a while, I was selling things on eBay, which helped me buy the equipment I need to make these videos. I've also been an Airbnb host for the past almost 2 years. I've started a blog for income. I've done freelance writing, and all of these skills have helped push me forward personally, but also help pad my resume a bit more so I can get more pay when I go to my 9-to-5 job. So that's pretty darn cool. I would say that my life has been positively transformed by having a side hustle, and the money doesn't hurt either, so pretty darn cool. Well guys, that does it for today's video. I sincerely hope that this video was helpful for you. Of course, there are tons of side hustle ideas that I can't cover in this video. I'm gonna link to some of my favorite bloggers below who have roundups of some really cool and unique ideas. But chances are you already know of something that you could be doing in your life that either A, you already have a skill and you could monetize it, or B, something you've really been wanting to learn or get better at, like maybe a hobby like photography or whatever, starting your own business, selling candles, whatever it is. Like there's something in your life that you've been wanting to do and could focus on this year. I will link to some of my favorite bloggers below because they have some amazing, really cool out-of-the-box ideas, and of course some that are so practical you'd be surprised you didn't think of it sooner. Well guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. I upload new videos every single week to help inspire, inform, and spark your sense of wonder. So if you feel that I did that, yay. I hope you'll go ahead and subscribe to my channel because there's more content like this coming to help you live a life full of wonder, because that's what I want to do too. You could do anything with your time, and you chose to spend your time with me today. So I hope you know how much I appreciate it. And also, if you've had a side hustle that's really done a wondrous job for you and has helped you earn extra income or something you've been wanting to try, leave me a little note below. I freaking love hearing from you guys, and I love getting inspired by you, so go ahead and say hi below because I read them. I read every comment and they mean a lot to me, and I like learning from you. So anyway guys, until I upload my next video, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Doing great.